God darn it. You know, my cousin, everybody knows. Okay, no, that's a trade over me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and this is peace. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones and the meditators. Hi. We ain't the same neighbor. I ain't a hater, but what you see over there, that's bothering your mental health. Hello? You starting? No, I'm just saying. They watching us from a distance and they got so much hate and jealousy and envy. What's the problem? It's a chance though for me. I'm just a puppet just trying to elevate. Loving myself, not to dim my light. Loving myself, not to dim my light. We all ain't haters. Naya, Naya, Naya. We all ain't haters. Naya, Naya, Naya. I mean, Naya. Got a little carried away. As you always do. Don't tell all my business now. What's up, Peace? Nothing much, just trying to blossom, elevate and understand that. Hold on 1 second. I am worthy when they try to dim my light. I am worthy of catching my blessings. They try to dim my light, they try to bring harm towards me. I was just trying to elevate to become a best self-vision of myself. Elevation, don't dim your light. Elevation, don't dim your light. 1, 2, 3. I got this! I'm not giving up on me! Stop the violence! Have a good day! I'm peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Thank you, Naya, for letting me come up here. All right, peace. What's today's date? Today's currently November 26, 2025. Oh, can I say it later, Naya? Can I come up here later to do a poem or something, Naya? Or can I do some rapping or something? Matter of fact, I got a joke for later. All right, no problem, peace. See you later. All right, gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say it respectfully. Today is currently November 26, 2025. Never give up on yourself when someone doesn't want you to take the proper opportunities to choose yourself. And I say it respectfully. Doesn't matter someone's tax breaker when it came to your neighbor. Never allow someone to dim your light pouring into yourself, especially when you're not a hater. No, it's a trade though. My content about us. Okay, now it's a trade though for me. Always be yourself with no pretensions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with pretensions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I say it respectfully. I hope that you continue to heal when you choose to choose yourself, and I say it respectfully, because healing is not a race or a competition. And I say it respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. Just because someone did not love you, respect you, or protect you at the end of the day, or meet you halfway, or actually see your worth, that does not mean dim your light, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I would never stop choosing myself regardless to what man, woman, adult is a train of thought for me, or elderly, or child has me shadow banned, or who's threatening my life with gang stalking me. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Always be yourself when someone doesn't see your worth. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. I am far from an addict. I am far from a sex worker. And I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless if I never had a conversation with you or not. Regardless if you try to blackmail me and made it seem like you had a conversation with me at the end of the day. I would never hurt my peers. I don't have to know somebody to me respect my neighbor. Here's the trade though, because my content about us. Okay. It's the same purpose only. No, that's a trade over me. You have been minding your business within minding your business. It's a trade over me. Men, you might want to have a seat. No, it's a trade for me, because you don't want to get yourself involved with one-sided conversations like someone's self-awareness. Hello? Women, it's a trade for me. You ever mind your business and you saw that one outfit and you picked up an outfit in your brain and your salesman, they say, you know what? I'm going to wear this to this get-together. I'm going to wear this personally night. I saw an outfit in the window as I was window shopping, and I said when payday come around, I'm going to go get it. It's a trade for me. You bank gave you a couple of dollars, you had a little spare couple of dollars, whatever case in your pocket, whatever case may be. You decide to take your ass to go into your closet, go to that store, whatever the case may be. Only to realize, why my boob too big, too small? It's the truth, thing. You do not want to get into someone's one-sided conversation, and especially when they got their menstrual, because they're going to try to say that you the problem. No, it's the train that told me. I didn't sign for this bullshit. You ever dated somebody and they said, come with me to pick out some clothes? And everybody's like, hold on one second. Do I want to do this? No, it's a change of me. I love you, but I don't want to be in a one-sided conversation. It's a trait of me. You ever had your boo, your wife, or whatever case me, ask you a question, and she didn't like your question? That you know the answer, the response back in the day, because she was already in her mental health for saying it in the day. I don't like this on me. And your dumb ass gonna sit there and say, after she done said, I'm not feeling this in the day, you gonna sit there and say, it's perfectly fine. Oh, Lord. She gonna say, yo, think my booty too big? Oh, my God. I just signed up for this one silly ass conversation, and the trade of me. What's wrong with people? That's how you really feel today. You know what? I could have went to the barber shop. I could have actually overslept when it came to that nap. Only about the whole 1 second. I was just trying to be kind and genuine and understand the whole 1 second. You are still fine. No, the trait of me. You don't want to rub somebody the wrong way, especially when they're on their menstrual. Oh, no. Does this look good? Oh, I'm taking this shit off. I don't feel myself. I'm not feeling like myself. And you just now finding out that bae is on a menstrual that time of the month or whatever the case may be. Everything that they put on. You like, just hurry up and get ready. What's the problem? Hello, let's go. Oh, don't bring my blood pressure up. Ain't nobody trying to. Can you get dressed? Hello. They took my, they don't like the way the clothes is fitting on them or whatever the case may be. It's a trade thought for me. Your eyesight, you feel like you need to go to the eye doctor because ain't shit wrong with your goddamn eyes. You've been with somebody for how many months and years? It's a trade thought. Why do you gotta go through the same bullshit every goddamn time? Hello? Oh, don't say they got a wedding to go to. Oh, Lord. You're gonna be in that store forever. No, the trade off me. You decide to be nice and shit or whatever case may be. Butter the baby up. Butter the baby up. Wrong idea, dumbass. How you do that? And the trade off me. You decide to go to the bridal store, whatever case may be, with your wife or your significant other is at the end of the day. And they was having a temper tantrum before you walked in the door. You wish you would have got the alert because you would have bowed face real quick. I wasn't part of that conversation before I came in here today. It's trained over me. When you realize at the end of the day, you love somebody so much, you care about somebody so much at the end of the day. Listen, don't curse me out because you're having a moment within a crisis in the day. I ain't asked for you not to have no titties. I ain't asked you to have big ass titties. That ain't got shit to do with me. But you look good. Hit the train it over me. You know, my cousin, everybody, that's okay. It's not. I'm not your genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself when someone doesn't see your potential. Always be yourself when folks is trying to root for you to crash out. They want you to damn you like neighbor, but you have the potential to show up for yourself. Understand elevation has definitely come from poverty and pain. They will never understand how you believe in faith. Don't damn you like neighbor, neighbor, don't damn you like neighbor. Don't damn you like neighbor, neighbor, don't damn you like neighbor. Fall from a hater regardless your background. They will never understand how God fixed your crown. How God maintain your smile regardless when the devil or the enemy try to test you, stop you. When it comes to hold on 1 second, being comfortable in your own shoes. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. Because my content is not for everyone. You know, gang stalking is real. You don't have to know somebody or have a conversation with somebody for someone to gang stalk you. Or try to ruin your reputation. Or to try to paint you to be something you should have in the day. All because they see potential within you. Never give up on yourself or allow someone to project fear in you, choosing you. Because understanding unconditional love is balance. It's not an overnight process. And especially when you got to heal childhood trauma or heal adult trauma at the end of the day. It was never a race when you on your own pace. Certain folks will never understand how you elevate. You ain't have to get out of character when they try to antagonize you, paint you out to be mentally unstable, all because something that they was truly used to, bothering the next person not to stay in their lane. They want you to be the monster at the end of the day. They want you not to fix your crime, but God's free to make a mistake. Hold on 1 second. Practice makes perfect when it comes to having peace within. They would never understand that God was showing you proper steps to go within. Hold on 1 second. You're mad and you're worthy. Didn't get discovered because the neighbor next door in a different tax bracket at the end of the day, they were sending spell work in a toxic way. They wanted to project magic towards you, regardless of you showing you patience when it comes to unconditional starter within. You may be whacking corny to the average person, but the right people that show up for you, they don't got hate in their vein. Even on their worst day, they didn't have to pretend to be authentic, showing up for you. You know that energy is different when folks ain't got to dibble and dabble with spoken magic at the end of the day. Hold on a second. You know, when God sends the right people to your life to truly root for you, that energy is different. Being authentic is a beautiful gift. Never allow someone to dim your light, make you feel like you a curse, all because you understood change is different when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight. No, that's a trait on me, not just you inside your body weight. Hello. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. You know, no mother or father should lose a child, or a family member should lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control, someone's insecurity, someone's envy. Someone has to project spoil because they can't elevate. It bothers their mental because they see someone actually growing and overcoming the pain. You know, that type of stuff actually happens regardless of someone came from poverty and pain. You know, individuals could be older than you, younger than you, and be jealous for no goddamn reason. Boring to yourself, stupid. And the truth, though, I never understood this in the day. Because we all don't operate the same when it comes to having that mindset. Looking at your neighbor like competition, it wasn't a challenge to end it because you always authentic. You knew how to root your neighbor on, even they didn't understand their own reflection. No, that's the truth, though. We all not the same. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, respect the two-way street. And no mother or father should have to get a phone call because their child is deceased, or because their child was part of a hate crime, or because their child was part of a crime because someone lacked self-control, someone lacked confidence, someone lacked areas in their life they forgot to heal. They didn't know how to heal. And they looked at your child as a target at the end of the day. It didn't matter how old your child was. It's just trying to thought for me how individuals will want an energy harvest store for your child's energy, project spell, magic. You put a name in your book. It's a train of thought for me, but I don't wish that on nobody. How folks, you know, because when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to praying to, hold on one second, everybody don't worship the same God, and I say that respectfully. But as individuals, regardless of what household they came from, they still know how to respect their neighbor. Regardless that mother and father came from poverty and pain. They didn't probably have the proper tools as to how to pour into their child. But they made a way. They didn't know how to show up for their child, but they made a way. That lack of balance when it comes to someone meeting them halfway, when it came to those conversations that someone didn't show up for them. Those moments that they didn't want their child to feel that they had to escape themselves. They had they protector right in front of their face. Their mother and their father. Their mother and father that prayed for them. Their mother and that father at the end of the day that showed them, you're not my friend, but you have a parent in me. And not only that, I'm here to show you at the end of the day, I'm not giving up on you. You know, my content is not for everybody. It's not. Because not everybody's a mother and a father. A mother and a father, regardless of what trials and tribulations that they endure at the end of the day, a stand-up man is different. A stand-up woman is different. It's individuals that had alcoholic parents in the day, that had addicts as parents, that had parents that didn't know how to show the proper tools of love and protection at the end of the day. But they still know how to be a parent. And it was individuals that did know how to show certain tools to their child, but it was certain things that was imbalanced. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. And when a mother and father is not doing it for likes and views, the energy is different. Because a real mother and father doesn't energy harvest with their child's energy, doesn't project sport towards their child, doesn't try to project a hate crime towards their child, or do it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame, where they try to pour into themselves and heal themselves and actually show their child at the end of the day they got their child's back. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. No child should have to be in the mindset of knowing at the end of the day that they're not worthy. And especially when a mother and father shows up. Because someone wants to project at the end of the day that someone is not worthy. Someone is not good enough. That relationship didn't work out. But when a mother and father steps in and prays for their child, not against their child, actually talks to their child, not disrespects their child, and show them at the end of the day, you are worthy of healthy love. You are worthy of a world of people respecting you with noble intentions. Everybody's not going to understand your vision, but as long as you ain't got malicious intentions. You know, individuals get jealous because you decide to remove yourself out of a chapter. And you wasn't running from your past. How people want to control the narrative when it comes to you becoming your best self vision of yourself. They want to control the narrative at the end of the day because they want to still have ties to you. It's a similar thought for me. How they would try to ruin your reputation, rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even project a hate crime towards you. Have people watching and monitoring your every move. And the pain try to be misunderstood when you speak up for yourself. No mother and father or guardian should have to get a phone call, regardless to what time of the day it is at the end of the day, because someone lacks self-control, someone was jealous and envious, because someone decided to leave an abusive relationship, someone decided to say, I want to better my life, someone decided to say, I'm willing to choose me, I'm willing to pour into me. They never said they was perfect. But it's somebody's eyes at the end of the day because someone doesn't have the strength or the backbone to stand up at the end of the day and look in their own mirror, see their own reflection. That will bother someone. That will intimidate somebody at the end of the day. But a mother and father that actually prays for their child because they want their child to understand you could become your best self version of yourself, regardless of what errors you've made in your life at the end of the day, and especially when you got my list intentions. No, that's the trend over me. We can't have it for everything. And especially when they ain't trying to hurt nobody. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself and with intentions. You know, no mother or father should be stripped away from their child because someone lacks self-control. Someone wants to control the narrative of mentally, physically, emotionally abusing a mother and a father because regardless if someone didn't show that mother and father the proper tools, or they came from poverty, pain or not, they knew how to be a protector. They knew how to love their child, pray for their child, and let their child know at the end of the day they had a safe place. There should be no reason why someone's trying to take someone's child away from them to make them feel at the end of the day that they're not worthy of themselves. It's a sinner thought for me. You know, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. You know, you can go find entertainment somewhere else to watch somebody else. It's the trainer thought me. Hello? I may not be entertaining to the average person, but my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself regardless who has me shadow banned or who's gang stalking me or who's threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone. I would never hurt myself. I am not a sex worker and I am not an addict, regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. No, it's the trainer told me it's not, god darn it. Always be yourself and with intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, entertain purpose only. No, it's a change of me. You know, you've been minding your business with the mind your business. You know, you got that one family member that just always does the most when it comes to holidays or they special day. It's the trainer thought for me. No, for real. You know, you got that one uncle. Probably not. It's the train thought for me. They decide to call you up or whatever case be. You home? Didn't I just see you, fool? It's the train thought me. Oh, that was you? Yeah, duh. I said hello. It's the train thought me. You ever had that one family member that sees you within seeing you at the end of the day when you with your friends, they want to embarrass you, whatever case be? No, it's the train thought me. You do it too much. Hello. They decided to say, you know what, I'm coming around for the holidays. That's nice. Have a good day. It's the train thought me. Don't even want you around, goddamn, because you start too goddamn much. Every time you put a brew in you, it's something always wrong with you, goddamn it. And the train of me. This fool decides to participate and say, I'm bringing the brew and bringing the drinks or whatever the case may be to start this party. No, it's the train of me. It's not a party. It's the train of me. We just trying to eat it and mind our business. We ain't trying to do all that extra stuff at the end of the day. You know, like karate chop you somewhere at the end of the day and put you in the corner to sit your ass down. It's the train of me. Every time you put a little drink in your pepper stuff, it's something wrong. This fool decides to come over, whatever the case may be. You ever had one of those uncles or aunts or whatever the case may be, or family members or associates or friends that get their new hairdo or whatever the case may be, their new haircut or whatever? They feeling themselves. No, it's the trend for me. As soon as they walk through the door, oh my God. You know, they're a new character at the end of the day. If they don't start, they about to start. If they don't start, they already started. No, it's the trend for me. This fool decides to come in with their little toupee or whatever the case may be. Everybody's trying to figure out their train of thought was, how? No, it's a train of me. How did you get it so not dysfunctional? It's a train of me. It's so detached and stable. Ooh. This fool gonna say like every angle. It's a train of me. I don't got time for you right now. This fool decide to color it, dye it, or whatever the case may be. Looking nice, his train don't be fall from the head. You know, when you root your family, you on or whatever the case be, friends, so see whatever the case be. This fool decides to say, you know what? I'm ready to go gamble. It was about 2 seconds before this fool said that. You ever had to go rescue somebody while they gamble and at the end of the day they realize, hold on 1 second, I wasn't on the same page? Because when someone got confidence, they got their new haircut, their new hairdo, you know, they just mind their business, they trying to trust themselves, hold on 1 second, I wasn't your issue. Oh shit, it's a trick of me. You ever had that one family that just disappeared real quick and then you just talking to them like, where you go? It's a trick of me, all you know is your phone ringing. Help! Help! It's a trick of me. What the hell you got going on, fool? How you end up at the casino? It's a trick of me. You got there too fast and a little... You know what? I'm going to leave this conversation up to everybody else to see how we going to handle you because you doing too much. Here's the trick of me. This fool going to say, oh, girl, I decided to say, let's go to the casino. And I decided my dumb ass to go to. It's trick over me. I actually realized, hold on 1 second, I had too much bruise. Oh, you didn't think so? No, but this bitch trying to shortchange me when it comes to my mental. It's a trick of me. I ain't got a couple of dollars on me, do you? No, not for you. It's a trick of me. This fool had a couple of dollars before they left out or whatever the case may be. They get to point A to Z at the end of the day to realize, hold on 1 second. I went too fast when it came to the machine, only to realize that true love ain't gonna last. Oh! If the trade off me. So you decide to link up with whoever you decide to link up, so now I gotta come rescue you with them rescuing you at the end of the day. So when I need a tissue, you come rescue me. Are we gonna be on the same page, or you gonna curse me out too? It's a train over me because I want to keep the same energy. No, for real, bro. You ever help somebody at the end of the day? The only way to hold on 1 second, they wasn't keeping the same energy. I need your help. The phone just been ringing and ringing all goddamn week until you see them at that family event. Maybe 2-3 months later, maybe a year or two. It's a train over me. So you mean to tell me that when I called you to call you, you mean to tell me that you wasn't going to answer me? Oh, so that wasn't the issue. Okay. It's the type of stuff that actually happens. When you pick up the phone, didn't matter what your guardian at the end of the day. Certain folks will never understand that you truly got angels behind your back. You know that guardian that's truly showing you love. It wasn't lack of self-love at the end of the day when it came to having potential. Even on your good and bad days, that's emotional support is different. They wasn't trying to take your kindness so weak as they showed you motivation is different. Truly praying for not against you. You know, healing, charm, and pains on a race. You know, it may not make sense to the average person, but never give up on yourself when you're not rooting for you, when you're your biggest cheerleader. You know, always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You wasn't the joke when you understood potential hits different. You know that right, that left foot hits different. Who would have knew? Because you prayed differently with Charlie Bartlett, someone's mental. You know their health, it be the chin to throw for me. They try to paint you to be the patient, but who would have knew that God was showing you a reflection when the devil tried to test you, the enemy tried to size you up, to paint you out to be the villain they story, all because you couldn't communicate with them at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, they wanted to play you close enough to see you grow. Oh my gosh, why would they want to do that? How this type of stuff actually happens. Imagine just minding your business at the end of the day. It be chicks and dudes that be want to know about what you got going on every single day. How can you truly be at peace with yourself? How they try to dibble and dabble, try to send, mind control, try to send sport towards your way, all because you believed in growth. You know, everybody wasn't for you. You never let your neighbor like competition. They try to paint you to be the fool. Or because you had common sense when it came to boundaries. Everybody ain't going to relate to you. So you stay your distance and say, thank you, no, thank you. I never thought it was a crime to actually respect your neighbor at the end of the day. You know, when it comes to your time, never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully. Never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear because they can't relate to your boundaries and you ain't got malicious intentions. Because you're rare, you're different. You're a truth teller. You know, being real, far from a hater, didn't have that in your vein at the end. They didn't matter. Hold on 1 second. You ain't bleed the same as your neighbor. No, ever trade on me. No, for real. My cousin about is okay. Always be yourself, no one's intentions. I'm Naya, genuine respect. And today's currently November 26, 2005, and it's currently 10:39 p.m. They look at you like competition, quick to sneak dish you. BITCH, what's in competition? Neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. All the hate you had, never had that in my mindset when it came to my vision. Hard line 1 second, you thought I was going a wrong turn. But God, so you understand, God allowed me to see my verbs. You know, authenticity. It wasn't a joke. It was within me. Being unique, they would never understand the picture that God's allowing you to create, the end day, the goal within. How folks will project their insecurities on you all because God was kicking up something real good in the kitchen. And I don't mean malicious intentions. That energy is different. How when you know how to celebrate your neighbor, respect them, they would never understand that your flow is different. Being authentic at the end day, you truly different. How these chicks and dudes is quick to sneak diss you. Competition wasn't in your vocabulary, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. You know the innocent person at the end of the day. They can't wait to try to paint you up to be the villain in their story. Try to rob you, mentally, spiritually, financially, all this wild stuff. At the end of the day, pretending. They was pretending. They was pretending to love themselves. They was pretending to pour into themselves. They was so worried about how your conscience was actually flowing at the end of the day. They even tried to destiny swipe with you, but it was an epic failure. Being authentic, it be the train of thought for me. So they got to dibble and dabble with spell work, play with magic. You know, God knows what else they doing behind closed doors, but God revealed the devil alone, the enemy on two different levels. Who would have knew being woke would not be the wrong thing to actually view? You know, going with them. When folks try to school you, humble you, at the end of the day, they try to make you homeless, rob you, mentally, spiritually, financially, make you feel like you're supposed to get a crash out when you truly fall from that. You know, because when certain folks see potential within you, you're beautiful, you're handsome, at the end of the day, they would try to ruin your beauty. Or because you actually understood your right from your left, at the end of the day, always started with them when it comes to hold on 1 second, confidence. Never dim your light, and I say it respectfully, because your neighbor and different tags back expression and insecurity on you, they ain't going to have a reaction when it comes to hold on 1 second. That's self-love. What happened to your own battle will go within. They watching you within watching you at the end of the day, trying to figure out how you keep showing up for yourself the most healthiest way. It's a sin of thought for me. How folks be practicing, but they can't preach at the end of the day. You practicing, but you keep repeating those steps at the end. They actually going within when it comes to your intuition. Hold on 1 second. What happened to your converse? It became your norm. The devil and down with spoke recording yourself real. But hold on 1 second. You know about a hater. That's the trait on me. You know, we all not haters out here. No, we not. It's the trait of me. A lot of people look at you like you're weirdo. Not respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I may not make sense to the average person. And that's okay. But it's not a crime to be authentic. And I said it respectfully. He look at you like competition, quick to sneak dish you, B-I-T-C-H, you faggot. Hold on 1 second, all because they had the mindset of a hater. Then you're like, neighbor, 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 neighbor. We far from a hater, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Ain't no competition over here, just living your life. At peace with yourself, don't dim your light. Neighbor, 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 don't dim your light, yeah. That's what happens when people pick and choose who they want to bully when it comes to their low conscience. At the end of the day, they low IQ score didn't matter. They tax bracket when it come to hold on 1 second, holding their own way. It be the train of thought for me. I don't know what you got going on behind closed doors, but I could kill us. The end they would just stay in your lane with your malicious just having ass. It's the train of thought for me. You know, when you have potential, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, never allow someone to sell you short because you're willing to pour into you. How folks would threaten your life to make you homeless, rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or they would even have a whole hate group going against you, or they would have individuals come into your life to project fear in you at the end of the day, to say at the end of the day nobody will ever believe you. Never dim your light, and I say that respectfully, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, or if someone threatened or disrespected you at the end of the day, and you didn't even have to know them. You didn't even have to have a conversation with them. They like G.O.D. ain't working in your favor, but hold on 1 second, neighbor, I ain't a hater. I knew how to respect my neighbor when they couldn't even see. You know, to believe in faith, to hold on 1 second. We was never competing. It was a one-side competition when it came to their existence. They looked at me at the end because I believed in my faith. And they couldn't relate to. They wanted to stop me to go within. They had to get up, gather up folks of different tags bracket, try to pay me out to be mentally unstable, all because I was capable. I understand at the end of the day, I have to match energy at the end of the day because I was pouring into myself. I have to lose myself. How folks would try to paint to be mentally unstable, all because you know how to pray to go within. And we ain't got to pray to the same God when it comes to healing. Always be yourself, no misintentions. I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to blackmail me or what man or woman or elderly is threatening my life. I would never hurt myself. Or what child is threatening my life. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone. I do not live in fear. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one, truly for you. I found love. I found love. I found love. You know, that love starts to creep up at the end of the day. Got you truly feeling like we're truly emotionally available today. You know, every single day when it comes to your journey, how you truly blossom and butterfly never dim your light. Getting discovered because someone didn't know how to treat you right. Someone fumbled you when it came to your past, but who would have knew a future could truly show you that true love could truly last. You know, that potential has different. You became someone's favorite person. Morning, noon, night, hold on one second, just because moments. You know, someone bring you peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. You know, someone with an IQ score off the walls at the end, they being authentic. Someone actually showing you why they pouring into you. They wasn't trying to mislead you with mind manipulation games, even on your rainy day. That energy has different confidence. Wow. Maturity is different when you act in your body weight. You almost ran from yourself when it come to healing trauma and pain. But you very so much thankful that you did at the end of the day. Because you found yourself to love yourself, to realize that, hold on one second, balance is different today. You thinking God every single step of the way. They will never understand when they sent you spell working the right, the left at the end of the day. It was supposed to make you feel like, hold on one second, you're supposed to faint. You're supposed to be a crash out. You're supposed to be a narrative of someone else's life at the end of the day. But God truly showed you why you still elevated and becoming your best self vision of yourself. How God gave you access to certain doors they would never understand. How you was willing to better yourself because you was truly the miracle. Only rest the hold on one second, God allow you to better yourself. That ain't just different. Not only did you find you, but your prayers came true. They say fairy tales ain't real, but someone became your equal. You know, you're balanced at the end of the day. Someone didn't have a hand problem and mislead you with pain. Someone saw you, heard you, respect you. They wasn't trying to mentally disturb your peace at the end of the day. That energy is different. Who would have knew that true love wasn't toxic? Because it wasn't. When it comes to growth, someone wasn't switching up on you. They just showed you better days ahead. When it comes to hold on one second, true love is real. True love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. Truly keeping it real. You gain the love of best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to hold on one second, healing time and day. Who would have knew that the love of your life would truly pour into you and show you why that wound was being closed for all the right reasons, not to reject you. That energy is different. It brought you balance, emotion, stability at the end of the day. It wasn't a joke. It was allowing you to feel while you let go of your past, but you wasn't running from it at the end of the day because God was protecting your mental when it comes to better days ahead. That energy is different. You gained the love of best friend, a business partner. Someone cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors. Someone truly showing you why love is real. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 40 years. You put a name in your book when it comes to unconditional love. Someone truly showing you at the end of the day, you are worthy love. You know, my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself regardless who's gang stalking me or what man or woman or couple or elderly or child is threatening my life or who has me shadow banning. I say it respectfully. I am far from a hater and I would never hurt myself. And I say it respectfully. Ooh, peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. You a miracle. Don't tell me you like neighbor, neighbor. You a miracle. Don't tell me you like neighbor, neighbor. Continue to blossom. They gonna hate on you regardless. Don't tell me you like you a miracle. Don't tell me you like you are worthy. They know I love you, respect you, protect you, show for you, meet you halfway, or pour into your cup. But don't dim your light, because when white people walk into your life, they see you, they hate you, respect you, with no misintentions. We ain't the same. G.O.D. got your back. Miracle, miracle on the way. Catch your blessings. Catch your blessings. I gotta go. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones. I gotta go. I'm not here, genuine love respect. You know, they pick and choose who could be a puppet. They pick and choose who could be certain character traits or whatever the case may be when it comes to being an actor or a celebrity or whatever the case may be. They pick and choose who could talk about narcotics. They pick and choose who could talk about God, spirituality, the devil, the enemy. They pick and choose who could talk about domestic violence or healing. You know, my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself, numbers, intentions. I would never hurt myself, regardless to who's plotting against me, and I say that respectfully. I do not live in fear, and I walk these streets alone. Always be yourself, numbers, intentions. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, they monitor your move from the time that you leave out your household or wherever you at from point A to Z. They monitor your phone calls. They monitor your mail, your packages. They will act like that you received them when you never did. They will have people in cahoots at the end of the day in different tax bracket to ruin your life, to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially at the end of the day, or make sure you don't get that job, or make sure you don't get that promotion, or they will project spell towards individuals so they won't see your light. They would try to paint you out and when it comes to certain scenes at the end of the day, that they had a conversation with you. They would try to paint you out to be that you're an addict or a sex worker or somebody to treat at the end of the day. They would even dibble and dabble to get to know who your past was, to bring it into your presence when you don't run from your past. You know, my content is not for everyone. They would threaten you, disrespect you, even try to humiliate you at the end of the day. This type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. They would dibble and dabble with your food, your drinks, even your narcotics. How this type of stuff actually happens. Just because it happened to you at the end of the day, it happens to someone. And my content is not for everyone. Regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not at the end of the day, when the right people walk into your life, they don't energy harvest off your energy. They don't project spirit towards you. They don't see you an evil eye, and they're far from haters, and they damn sure don't look at you like competition. Good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. And I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of who has me shadow banned or who's gang stalking me. Yes, I am a truth teller. And I would never hurt myself, and I don't run from my past, and I damn sure don't run from he say, she say, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of who's trying to change the narrative when it comes to me at the end of the day. I never brought harm to my neighbors. Individuals would disrespect you at the end of the day, take your kindness or weakness, and then try to blackmail you against you, trying to bring harm towards you, and disrespect you in the most unhealthiest way. Because they decided to take your kindness or weakness, they said that your voice doesn't matter. You're a piece of shit. You're not worthy. How this type of stuff actually happens. You don't have to know somebody at the end of the day, regardless of their tax bracket, to respect your neighbor and not to be a hater. Because we all like the same. No, it's a trait on me. My cousin is okay. I'm still healing from a hate crime. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I am far from a hater. Never been a hater in my day in my life. No, it's a trait though. We are all not the same. No, for real, it's a trait over me. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend, humanity worthy. An individual will monitor your moves for years and months at a time of the day. Sneak dish you, disrespect you, try to humiliate you. But they see potential within you. But you was never part of their race. When someone is not for you at the end of the day, it's not about that you think you're better than somebody. Everybody's not for you, and that's okay. But you know how to respect your neighbor. Thank you, no thank you, with no misintentions. We are all not the same. Always be yourself. I would never stop choosing myself, regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. And when it comes to my creativity, I do this by myself since day one, since I started Instagram. And I say that respectfully when it comes to my little jokes or whatever the case may be. When it comes to my personality, I always been nice, genuine respect. And I say that respectfully. I went from Instagram, I started Instagram, to TikTok, to YouTube. And my content is not for everybody. Never dim your light when someone has you shadow banned, or someone sees you as a threat, or someone sees you as competition, or someone doesn't want you to prosper in life. You don't have to know somebody for someone to try to dim your light, and I say that respectfully. But the light within you is something I can't take away. Because when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. With no intentions, they act in their body and they shoe size. We all don't have to pray the same, but I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstood day. And my soul damn sure wasn't for sale. I am a child of God, and I'm far from a hater, and I know how to respect my neighbor. And when God sends the right people into your life, they don't look at you like competition. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They see you, they hear you, they respect you with no intentions. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Regardless of who's threatening my life, I would never hurt myself. Or regardless of what man, woman, or child, or elderly has me shadow banned, I would never hurt myself. I don't disrespect my elders at the end of the day, but I do speak up for myself. And if that's taken as a threat at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop choosing myself. And I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone, and I would never hurt myself. Always be yourself when someone says your voice doesn't matter. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, and when God is God, and you're at the end of the day, regardless when the devil or the enemy say, I got your back against the wall, where's your God at now? I don't live in fear. I walk by faith. And it's just different. When God sends the right people into your life, They see you, they hear you, they respect you. And when God is in your life at the end of the day, you put it in God's hands. So whatever they trying to do in the background to try to dim your light or make you feel like you're not worthy at the end of the day, we all don't pray the same. Everybody's intuition is different. But I know how to respect my neighbor when I put everything in God's hands. Regardless of trying to make me homeless, rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or push the hate crime towards me, or whoever is gang stalking me, or whoever is having a shadow ban, whatever the case may be. I would never hurt myself. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Peace and respect, today, but the lunch. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but practice makes perfect. When you want better for yourself at the end of the day, can nobody dim that vision for you but you. Regardless that they hate you, they don't like you, whatever the case may be, when you show up for you at the end of the day, the energy is different. When God indulges something within you, they can't take it away. And I say that respectfully. We don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or missing day. I don't dibble and dab with magic, spoke, and all that weird stuff, regardless of trying to blackmail me against me. How folks would disrespect you, take your kindness or weakness, and at the end of the day, they quick to point a finger at you at the end of the day. All because, hold on one second, we don't relate the same. Because I know how to respect my neighbor when it comes to that pain. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. I would never hurt myself, and I say respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Regardless of where someone's at in a healing journey or their spiritual journey in the day, when the right people walk into your life, they don't have malicious intentions. They see you, they hear you, they respect you. And they take accountability for their actions. It's no beef, it's no drama, it's no disrespect into the day. Sometimes the truth hurts. And one thing I don't run from is myself or my past. It's a train of thought for me. We're all not the same. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me, and I would never hurt myself, regardless of what man or woman or couple or elderly or child is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I am not an addict or a sex worker. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Gotta go, stop the violence! I go live every night at 10:15 on YouTube.